What's up, y'all? I woke up today and decided today is the day I'm gonna change my life and the way I live life. Because if you're not growing, you dying. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. Check this out. I knew this girl named Tina. She was cracked out, spent her time and her money in a crack house for $20 at a time. She would sell sex just to get herself another blast in her chest. But see, for Tina, life became hectic, cause before long, she became pregnant.
Such a tragedy, she was a fiend for the flavor. Smoking crack induced her labor.
And that's a horrifying sight to see right on a crack house floor. She gave birth to a crack baby. The paramedics were an hour too late. When they arrived, they announced Tina DOA. The little infant was hemorrhaging, going through blackouts. Only an hour old and already cracked out, covered in his dead mother's blood. Now who's it for? Tina or the fool who sold her the drugs?
Homies dying, mothers crying. It's a world of confusion, calling all soldiers to the battlefield. In this war of life, we're losing. Hot ones echo through the ghettos, placing claim on another soul. Divided we die. Oh, but united we roll.
Now David was a gangster, thinking about survival. He bought himself a gun to protect him from his rivals. The lump of cold steel made him feel he was tough, but soon David found that he wasn't tough enough.
Such a tragedy. You see, he got into a gunfight. Oh, yeah. David got smoked that night.
See, David pulled the trigger on his rival. But before the rival died, he returned David's fire. David was a grown man when he took his first life. Yet he was only 14 when he died. He choked and drowned on his own blood. Now who's it for? David or the fool who's holding the gun?
Home is dying, mothers crying. In this world of confusion, calling all my soldiers to the battlefield. In this war of life, tell me why are we losing? Hot ones echo through the ghetto, placing claim on another soul. Divided we die, but united we roll.
From the ghettos to the burbs, we family, dog. I'm flesh of your flesh, let me talk to y'all. I had a dream to get rich, slinging crack till the feds attacked. The dream flickered and died like a spin match. Picture that, can't see the forest for the trees, chasing my own tail trapped in a false reality. Take a deeper look, flip through the book of life. Each day is a page and enlightening if it's read right. You are what you eat, that's why we stay lost. If you feed your mind foolishness, you'll give birth to foolish thoughts. At all costs, avoid the law.
See my dogs on lockdown, I got love.
The government's got the boats moving dope by the keys, but yet and still they got their eyes on me. Is justice that blind? When money tips the scales of life, I'm living on the verge of death, working hard on my third strike. Sacrifice, I hear repeatedly from my inner voice. With nothing but ghetto surrounding me, I see no other choice. Hoping for a brighter tomorrow. Liquor helped escape the sorrow, binging for weeks, restricted to the bottle. Then I looked in the mirror, it showed in his eyes. He was a scared man who camouflaged his fear with pride. Inside, something died. In this place, something better grew. The more he found, he learned, the more he realized what he never knew. Captured by the raw truth, tears fled his misty eyes. He cried as a man, cleansing his soul of all the lies. Baptized in his own pain. Now let us pray for one last thing. May our seeds bear the wisdom to heal the world. Let them not confuse these rats with our black pearls. Precious boys and girls, pick up the pace. Here comes the enemy. Dear God, can't you help us win the race? They ain't feeling me.
Because he may not have the full amount of knockout power Junior Dos Santos has, but he has knockout power, he has takedown power, he has submission power, he's very good at everything. So I give it to Roy Nelson, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of controversy there. But oh well. Matt Hughes versus Ricardo Almeida. Hughes, enough said. Clay Guida versus Rafael Dos Anjos. Clay Guida is a cardio machine. And this guy, though, he's a submission artist, but most of his fights also go the distance. He has 7 wins by submission and 5 by decision, but the decisions were against most of the better guys, and you gotta think about it technically here, because you should know, Clay Guida's a cardio machine. He's probably got the best cardio in, I don't know, in my opinion, he's got the best cardio in the UFC, and this guy, like, most of his wins against notable guys are via decision. So, I'm sorry. I mean, if Clay Guida gets caught in a submission, he's gone. But I have to give it to Clay Guida. What's wrong with my... It's nothing. Okay. John Fitch versus Cheal Sonnen. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Yeah, okay, good. So, anyway... Cheal Sonnen, where do you start? He has beaten very notable guys. Carpresian, he's beaten. He beat Matt Hughes, Carpresian, and Josh Koscheck all in a row. He lost in a decision, of course, to GSP at UFC 100, but he has very good knockout power. However, his jiu-jitsu and ground game is questionable. I'm sorry, I haven't seen him fight that much. But then you have John Fitch. He has a huge amount of experience. And some of his fights, a lot of them, in fact, go the distance. But check this out. He's Division I wrestler and a black belt in Guerrilla Jiu-Jitsu. I have to give it to John Fitch because, I mean, if the fight hits the ground, it's probably done. And middleweight championship, Anderson the Spider Silva versus Cheal Sonnen. Or Sonnen, I don't know. Why do they keep putting Anderson Silva up against guys? I mean, Cheal Sonnen, he's pretty good. But against Anderson Silva, under Fedor, the greatest pound for pound in the world, and don't bring up his recent loss to Fabricio Verdum, because it's going to be one of those Brock Lesnar Frank Mir sagas. He got caught, he made a dumb mistake, he got cocky. What happened? He got tapped out. Now, Fabricio wants a rematch, and it's likely to happen, and Fedor's going to kill him. So, only to him, Anderson Silva is the number 2 pound for pound in the world of MMA. And they're putting him up against Cheal Sonnen. Now, Cheal Sonnen is a Division I wrestler. However, let's look at his wins and losses. He has a pretty good amount of experience with 35 fights under his belt. However, check this out. He has 10 losses, 8 via submission, 1 via decision, and 2, but soon to be 3 via knockout. I don't... Everyone says it's Anderson's fight. I mean, Anderson's fault. What did he get with Damian Maia? And Dana said he was going to make it up to the fans. Now, I love Dana. He's awesome. But you keep putting him up against guys that you know are going to get killed. I mean, whatever. Here's my final predictions. Roy Nelson by way of TKO over Junior Dos Santos. Matt Hughes by way of TKO due to ground and pound. It can be TKO either way for Nelson, but I can't listen knockout. Clay Guida via decision against Rafael Doanos. John Fitch via submission or knockout due to ground game, period. And Anderson Silva versus Cheal Sonnen, first round knockout due to tie knees. Anderson's good at everything. Striking. punches, elbows, kicks, knees. He's good at everything. I mean, you just